Go to item number 12, Tracy Masters, DWI Coordinator. Resolution 2013-7, authorizing Torrance County to apply for LDWI grant and distribution funding.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Madam County Manager, you have before you Resolution 2013-07, authorizing Torrance County to apply for LDWI grant and distribution funding for fiscal year 2014. Before I go any further with that, the paper that I handed you just now, which is actually item E, is slightly different than the item E that was in your packet. When I initially filled out the application, there was no request for funding for the domestic abuse component. It is unfortunate that over the past 2 years, while we have been funded in that component, the money had not been used. So the decision was made, if we're not going to use it, why request the money and be in a use it or lose it situation. Once the grant was complete and the packets were done, I visited with Matt Page of the District Attorney's Office, and he is also the chairman of the Domestic Violence Task Force, and he would like another opportunity to utilize this funding. And the funding is very specific as to what it can be used for. It can only be used to fund domestic violence treatment for alcohol-involved domestic violence offenders. It cannot be used for anything else. And the difference between the application in your packet and what I handed you right now was $3,000 for domestic abuse treatment.
Thank you very much.
So,
I was going to ask you, is that under A, the one that we were doing now, and then you explain E?
Right. We do need separate motions for each.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, before you voted for the resolution and all of the other steps, to realize what the difference was once we got to step E, which was the approval of the application.
Okay. Thank you. That's what I needed to know. So we'll have a motion on A, on Resolution 2013-07, authorizing Torrance County to apply for LDWI grant and distribution fund.
So moved.
I have a motion. I have a second.
I'll second the motion.
Further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll go to B, statement of assurance for LDWI grant and distribution funds.
Okay, this is also in your packet, and the short and sweet of this is telling us what we're going to do, and by signing it, we're saying that we're going to do it. And that would be fulfilling the obligations of the grant, ensuring that any treatment protocols are met, any domestic violence treatment protocols are met in accordance with CYFD, any reporting requirements are met as well.
Do I have a motion?
I'll move that we approve the LDWI grant and distribution funding.
A second.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll go to C. Memorandum of Understanding between Torrance County and DFA for LDW grants and distribution funding.
This is also another state mandated form, and the short and sweet of this one is that we're going to follow all privacy practices because we do deal with treatment information. So any HIPAA information has to be kept under lock and key. It needs to be kept very secret, very private to protect the clients that are utilizing the treatment that is funded through the LDWI monies. And by signing this, we're saying that we understand what they want us to do and we're going to do it.
Thank you. I have a motion.
I'll move that we approve the memorandum of understanding between Torrance County and DFA for LDWI grant and distribution funding.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Not all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll go to D, DOH, assurances of cooperative agreement between LDWI grants and distribution funding.
And as far as this form goes, well, the Department of Health just wants their own form that says we know what we're supposed to do and we're going to do it. As far as privacy issues when it comes to treatment of our offenders.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the DOH assurances and cooperative agreement for LDWI grant distribution funding.
Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Further discussion? Not those all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Approval of application of the LDWI grant and distribution funding. That's either one we discussed earlier.
Yes, as you can see, the requested amount for the competitive grant is $167,219. The amount that will be awarded, because it is formulaic in nature in the distribution, is $66,675.54 for a total program request of $233,894.54. And I stand for questions regarding the application.
Thank you. I have a motion.
I move that we approve the application for LDWI grant and distribution funding.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you, Tracy.